Butch? Butch, stop watching TV a second.
Yeah?
You have a special visitor. Remember how I told you your daddy died in a POW camp? Well, this year is Captain Kuntz. He was in the same POW camp as your daddy.
Hello, little man. Boy, I heard a bunch about you. See, I was a good friend of your father's. We were in that Hanoi pit of hell together over 5 years. Hopefully you'll never have to experience this yourself, but when two men are in a situation like me and your dad, where for as long as we were, you take on a certain responsibilities of the other. If it had been me who had not made it, Major Coolidge would be talking right now to my son Jim. But the way it turned out is I'm talking to you, Butch. I got something for you. This watch I got here was first purchased by your great-grandfather during the First World War. It was bought in a little general store in Knoxville, Tennessee, made by the first company to ever make wristwatches. Up till then, people just carried around pocket watches. It was bought by your private doughboy Ernie Coolidge on the day he set sail for Paris. It was your great-grandfather's war watch, and he wore it every day he was in that war. When he had done his duty, he went home to your great-grandmother, took the watch off, put it on an old coffee can, and that can stayed until your granddad Dan Coolidge was called upon his country to go overseas and fight Germans once again. This time, they called it World War II. Your great-grandfather gave this watch to your granddad for good luck. Unfortunately, Dane's luck wasn't as good as his old man's. Dane was a Marine and he was killed, along with the other Marines at the Battle of Wake Island. Your granddad was facing death, he knew it. None of those boys had any illusions about ever leaving that island alive, so 3 days before they took the island, your granddad asked a gunner on an Air Force transport named Winaki, a man he had never met before in his life, to deliver to his infant son who he'd never seen in the flesh his gold watch. 3 days later, your granddad was dead. But Winaki kept his word. After the war was over, he paid a visit to your grandmother, delivering to your infant father his dad's a gold watch. This watch was on your daddy's wrist when he was shot down over Hanoi. He was captured, put in a Vietnamese prison camp. He knew if they ever saw the watch, it'd be confiscated, taken away. The way your dad looked at it, that watch was your birthright. He'd be damned if anyone was gonna put their hands on his boy's birthright. So he hid it in the one place he knew he could hide something. 5 long years, he hid his watch. Then he died of dysentery. He gave me the watch. I hid this uncomfortable hunk of metal for 2 years. Then after 7 years, I was sent home to my family, and now, little man, I give the watch to you.